Tell us something about that.
Yes, yes, that is.
Does it look like what you're describing?
Yes, yes. That is what a teacher can do.
Okay.
In fact, some of the career aspirations of some students, remember when they come to Form 1, you ask them about what they would like to become. They'll tell you about this and that, engineering, pilots, and those very prestigious courses.
Okay.
But along the way, depending on who handles them, that dream can die.
Okay.
And so the kind of teacher you're talking about is a teacher who goes beyond teaching, beyond communication, a teacher who inspires. Inspires. Yeah? And can ignite even the dormant abilities in a student.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And provide a roadmap for them to walk towards their desired end.
Wow. Are you, in other words, telling us that apart from a teacher just being a teacher, he will need also, the teachers will also need to become mentors in a way?
Great. And you know, mentorship would imply that you get to understand the strength and the ability and help
of your learners.
Yes, of your learners.
Okay.
And walk with them, not just the talk, but the walk. Let them walk.
So it's a journey.
It's a journey.
You are together walking the journey. You are in it together.
Yes.
Okay.
And you help them out.
Wow.
And they will be able to open up, and some of them could be because of some challenges beyond the school environment. Some of them could be having issues at home. Some of them could be having issues of they're not even able to study. They're not even able
issues
to
in their background.
Okay. So a good teacher would go beyond just understanding why these fellows failed.
Okay.
And find out the why. You know
what could be happening at home. Probably some of those issues are domestic.
Yes. And even ask a question like, in fact, it should not be why are you failing. That's not a good question. The question should be, how can I help you?
Hold it right there. Viewers, did you hear that? It's not right for a teacher to ask, why are you failing? Rather, the right way of asking is,
how can I help you?
Wow.
To better your grades and to better your performance.
Wow.
You know, so that now they feel like this teacher is concerned and this teacher is understands me.
Wow.
And they will open up, because some of those kids will close up and say, to hell, I don't think this is meant for me. I'll do something else differently.
Now I'm beginning to understand why you've been celebrated all over the place, everywhere you've been. Viewers, as I'd already told you, I happen to have personally known Dr. Mambili. He's been in a number of schools across Kenya as a country, and every place he served, whenever time came for him to leave, you know, students will really feel it, because a good number of them found a father in him, even though he was a teacher. I'm liking what he's saying, that a good teacher is extraordinary. A good teacher doesn't have just the art, but the heart of a teacher. And in the heart of a teacher, we find inspiration.
Yes.
In the heart of a teacher, we find motivation. In the heart of a teacher, we also find a mentor.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
This is something.
And that's the direction that we...
I'm liking this. Now, just a minute.
Yes.
I want to understand, you talked about being promoted from being a teacher, and you started climbing up the ladder, you got into headship. Tell us about that. I really want to understand how that happened and how you discharged your duties in various working stations as a school head.
Fine. Before I became a school head, I was, like Ali indicated, involved in a number of activities that go on in school. I was this teacher who was available and willing to take up responsibilities. I have been a games master.
Wow.
I've been an athletics coach. I've been a CU patron.
Wow.
I have even served as a boarding master. So every time I used to get those responsibilities, and I would do them religiously.
Wow.
And so in one of the occasions, while serving in a school called St. Teresa's, St. Christopher's Signorelli, I was given the responsibility to manage a school choir during an AGM.
A school choir during an AGM event?
Event.
Okay.
And I was not only overseeing, but I was also playing the keyboard during the ceremony.
Wow.
And I think the the guest of honor noticed.
Oh.
And was pleased with what I was doing.
Okay.
That's the same time I had bought my first car.
Wow.
A very old car.
Which type of a car was that?
It was a Fiat Mira Fiori. Yeah.
Wow.
And so the principal.
You know why I'm asking, Dr. Mambili?
Yes.
I'm told nowadays we have cars and we have locomotive objects.
Yes. So mine was a
locomotive object.
Yes. but teachers, very few teachers could own. Because before that, I used to own a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I would cycle by
Actually, most of our teachers in high schools had bicycles.
Yes.
During our time.
Yeah, I would cycle 7 kilometers to school and back.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was given an offer to get the speaker, the guest back to town.
Okay.
You know. And I had the privilege of interacting with him. And he told me, yes, I appreciate what you did.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself. I told him, fine, I am HOD Humanities. And then I told him I aspire to get close to my family. That time, my wife had moved to Kitale town.
Okay.
And he told me, would you take up a responsibility to become a head? I said, fine. I had not thought about it, but if this will help me get close, why not? Okay. So he asked me to do a CV, which I did. Okay. And handed over to him. That was in November. Okay. And by the beginning of January 1999, I got an offer to become a head teacher.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Which was that?
1999.
1999. And you've been a head teacher. You've served in the position of a school head teacher from 1999 all the way to 2025. 25.
Yes.
26 solid years.
Yeah?
Wow.
And so I prepared myself. Went for Tumba suits just to look presentable because I was going to a new environment.
Sure.
Only to be surprised that the school did not exist physically.
What are you telling me?
Yes, I was posted to a school that did not exist physically. It was in the mind.
Viewers, this is laughable. You are sent to a school that does not exist.
That does not exist.
To be a head teacher.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was in the minds of the founders.
Oh!
Yes, they were thinking of having a school. and they had begun of something that looked like.
Wow.
Yeah, in the primary school. And then they had 5 of them in one of the classes.
Yes.
And that's where I began. When I went, I looked around and did not see a single structure.
Wow.
That's where I began as a head.
You know something, just a minute, Dr. Viewers, why I'm really liking this. The same man that was sent to a school that didn't exist, he was sent to a school that was somewhere in the air. It didn't physically exist anywhere, is the same one that is now retiring as a chief principal of our national school. That is something.
Yeah.
You know, they say there is no product without a process.
True.
And I think I'm liking your processing. You've been well processed.
Yes.
So you are there. Tell us, how did you go about it?
So I went and met the head teacher, primary school, who was overseeing a few students who were supposedly supposed to start off the new school. There were about 13 of them. Okay. Yeah, and so there was, I got there and I was given a seat to share with the primary school head. And that's where I started operating from. What? Yes.
Wait a minute. You are to share an office with the primary school
head.
And
so the only thing I had that belonged to that school was a chair that was bought and a desk. And that was it. That was the property of the school that I was sent to head.
That was the property of the school you were heading?
Yes.
They owned what?
A chair and a small table.
You are busy complaining about your school infrastructure. You're busy complaining as a student how you don't have a school bus, how you don't have this, that, and the other. Here is a school that was being headed by Dr. Mambiri. All they had was what?
Was a chair and a small desk. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in the interest of time, sir, for how long were you in this school?
So I was at school. First of all, I started off there. I am a believer in small beginnings. Okay. Not neglecting those humble beginnings.
Wow, so humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Wow.
I got a few of the teachers by the way, the teachers who were there at first were students who had
not
even done well.
Some had probably failed.
Yes, failed, but here they had been brought to handle these students. So that was
that was your teaching staff.
Yes, teaching staff. Yeah. So we started off. They were sitting under a tree.
Okay.
That was the staff.
Okay.
Can you call it a staff room or a staff tree? And then
a staff tree, not a staff room.
Not a staff room.
Because the room didn't exist.
It didn't exist.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I started engaging the parents, engaging the students, asking them to come, and I literally started going to the village to fetch the students, persuading them to come.
Look at that.
Yes, and I remember having the very first meeting, and I told them I look forward to seeing a school called Bikeke becoming a model school in future.
I'm even imagining that by then when you are going in the villages looking for students, you are not probably even talking about school fees.
No, school fees was not an issue. In fact, I wanted them physically there. And the first 5 boys who accepted to listen to my story came, and I engaged them in making bricks. So they started baking bricks. And that is what was translated into money that we used to build the first block in St. Teresa's Bikeke.
You know, you are a head teacher who was actually functioning like a community developer. You know, like some CEO of an NGO sending a community to build a people. Wow. Now, in the interest of time, I want to know some of the schools you've been.
I was there for about 12 years. That's the first station.
Okay.
But I
12 years.
12 years, huh? And believe me or not, that is a school that made me to be where I am.
Really?
Yes. Because I was at the foundation. I laid the foundation on matters discipline. I laid the foundation on team building.
Wow.
I laid the foundation on excellence. I believed in fearing God to excel. That was the driving call. Being a Christian, that was it.
You gave them a solid Christian foundation as a school.
And I used to tell them,
beautiful.
This is a school with a difference.
Wow.
And the difference was to be seen in performance.
Wow.
Effective utilization of resources.
Wow.
And the outlook of the school in terms of discipline.
Now, just real quick, Dr. if you could give us an imagery of the school when you were exiting vis-a-vis how it looked like when you went in.
When I was exiting, it was a double-streamed school.
Look at that.
With a population of about 400.
400.
And
from nothing.
From nothing. And not only that, the school had risen to become a top day school in the country.
What?
Yes. In fact, that year when I left, you can check your records, and those viewers who are listening.
Wow.
The top school.
Please cut. This is an important call.
So you had asked about...
Your story ya shule. Sio ni kali sana. Yeah, and why I like that story. It forms a very important part of him as a leader. And is actually, I like the way you are saying that it made you who you are. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a good lesson. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Good. Kitu namsumbua kidogo because now this guy is communicating na SMSs na expect nikuwe na mjibu.
Yeah, we can do 20 minutes tutakuwa tumemaliza alafu mjibu.
On the principle because I want us to.
Yeah, I'll just say I meant to went to this and this
yes,
and that
yes,
and
yes,
that.
Yes. Good.
Okay.
Good. Wow. My brother, I must say you're a blessing to this generation.
Thank you.
I must say you have a very interesting conversation for our present society. There is so much that I'm hearing you say that is that really resonates, you know, with the needs of the present society, and out of you we can be able to get solutions to so many of the unanswered questions that people have, even in regard to education, you know, as a sector. I wanted to ask you something. You're saying you were in this specific school, the school where you were ahead for the first time for 12 years.
Yes, 12 years.
And this became like your springboard into greatness where you are now. Now, from where you moved to which other school?
From Bekeke, I got an offer to go to Cabernet High School.
Okay.
Where I served for about 6 years.
6 years.
Then from Cabernet High School, I went to Kapenguria Boys High School.
Wow.
Where I was there for a short stint of about 3 months.
Okay.
Then moved to Litein.
Litein Boys.
Yeah, the top school in Kericho.
Exactly.
The top for about 4.5 years.
Yes.
And then finally moved to, the last 2-3 years ago, moved to Kakamega School.
Wow.
As a chief principal.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah. I've been to Kakamega High School a couple of times when you were there as the chief principal. And I remember, how the respect that everyone gave to you. You were a father to teachers. You were a great daddy, to the boy child of Kakamega School. They looked up to you as a mentor. And I must say you've really done well. And one great lesson that I'm also picking is that, the secret of the greatness of men is in their stories. And I'm learning this from what you've gone through.
Yes.
Now, would you kindly tell us, even as we go down to the finish, because I want us to talk about, impact beyond the blackboard. What are some of the challenges as a teacher? I'll ask as a teacher, the first part, challenges that you may have experienced as a teacher, then as a principal, and how did you go about them?
Now, as a teacher, the parents in the society has very high expectations.
Okay.
The imagination out there is that all kids have been wired to excel academically. And somehow when that does not happen, or some of them may not, then there's a bit of condemnation, so to speak. And so every year a teacher is on his toes, and the judgment is every year. Even when you do well, the hurdle is raised higher. And it's expected that you have to do better than, not knowing that every class has got its own challenges and so on. So that has been one of the challenges in the teaching profession. But what I have been able to do is to keep focusing on the bigger picture, number one. And number two, to aspire to add value.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So when a kid comes in and is doing a C, the worst he should leave the school should be that C. Otherwise, I expect them to excel. And when they make a move, that encourages. Number two, I have also learned that the kids who may not be able to do well, they have not been endowed intellectually. But some of them have very good social skills. I remember a boy who was doing not so well in entire exam period for form, but he ended up with a D. And with that D, he took a bit of wiring as a course.
Probably at a certificate level. Yeah.
But believe me or not, that is the boy who is much sought for in Kitale town.
Look at that.
And when people are seeking for service, they don't ask whether you excelled or not. They're looking at the product. And the young man does very well.
Wow.
So that is what...
And out of it, he's earning a living.
Yes. And so I developed an attitude of helping kids to attain their best. The only problem I had with students is those who are indisciplined. I would get into trouble with you. But if you are a low achiever, but you are, making an effort, I used to believe that there are poor people in your midst. As the Bible says, and I would aspire to help these fellows excel and exit the system. We used to talk about giving them a green card.
Yes.